Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back to the channel. Today I'm going to give you guys the very best loadout to have in Call of Duty Zombies. All of the best augments for every perk, the best field upgrade to use and its best augments, the best ammo mod to use and its augments, and then the best loadout to have for your class no matter what. Now, bear in mind, this is my opinion, so I do appreciate you guys. If you guys do prefer other things, let me know. But with that all being said, with all of that being taken care of, let's just get right on into it. And first thing we're going to talk about, which I think you're probably here for most, is we're going to talk about augments. What augment is best for which perk, etc. So we'll start off perk by perk. So first off, we have stamina. And I believe that the best two augments for this perk is going to be the Free Faller augment, which allows you to become immune to fall damage. And it's going to be the Hard Target augment, which, while tactical sprinting, projectile damage is reduced. So this is for, like, if manglers are shooting at you and you're trying to tack sprint away, you can use this, or abominations, or whatever that may be. And the Free Faller, like, there's actually times where you'll take damage from falling, right? Whether that's on top of Citadel's wall, near its cannon, whether that is above the port, the outside dock on Terminus, whether that is any other spot in other maps as well. That's important, so I think that that is a very good augment to have. Our next one is going to be Quick Revive. Now, the best augment, I think, is going to be Dying Wish. I mean, it is Dying Wish at the end of the day, so it's very, very nice to have. Dying Wish, basically what happens is instead of you downing, you just lose your Quick Revive. You got to rebuy it again. So it kind of gives you a little bit of an extra, you're going to be all right, you know, and it helps you with your self-revive, so that's really nice. And then for your next one, I think that Swift Recovery is another one as well. That one, reviving an ally increases both of your movement speed for a short time. As you revive somebody, you then are able to run really quickly and get out of that situation. That's very helpful. That's why I think that that's the best for that. Our next one is Juggernog. So for Juggernog, I think the best augment is Hardened Plates for the first one. That one means armored plates have more damage mitigation. So as you're getting hit by zombies, it's going to go towards your armor more than go towards actually hitting you, right? That's gonna be super helpful. And then I think just the best one is Probiotic. That just allows you to have more health. Just gives you 50 HP more. Instead of 250, you get 300. I've just seen some people really like Turtle Shell, but when you're cornered, I just think that's not very useful. And I appreciate that. I think Probiotic's definitely better. For Melee Macchiato, it's kind of tricky, because I think that the major augments for this is very good, and I think the minor augments are trash. I'm not gonna lie to you. For the major augments, all three of them work. But my personal favorite, if you're using the sword especially, is Vampiric Extraction. What that does is allow you to heal a small amount of your health. I know that that might not be everyone's favorite. That is my favorite for the sword. I understand other people wanting other ones. Espresso is very useful to have, but it's not quite the best. And then for the other one, for the minor impact or minor augment, I think that stick and move is the best. Backpedal speed is increased after a second, so you can sort of hit people and then back up, hit people then back up, hit people then back up, and that's super helpful. And I think that is the best minor augment for Melee Macchiato. For Speed Cola, I think that the best augment, the best major one, is going to be Supercharge, and allows field upgrades to go up even faster, right? This is going to be very useful for, you know, your Ether Shroud, especially in boss fights and everything like that. It's just going to go by way quicker, right? And they already do go by pretty quick, but I think this one's just better. I think it's just more helpful. And then for the minor augment for this, I'm going to say that Fast Pitcher's the best. It deploys equipment faster. I mean, listen, all the minor augments for this one are pretty mid, so I guess this one's the most helpful if you're trying to get out a monkey or a decoy in a very short amount of time. For Vulturade, for the two augments, the best Vulturade augment is the Smell of Death. That is such a great one. It creates a gas cloud to stand in. It's just like that BO2 one where you stand in that green gas cloud, or that this time it's yellow, and then you're kind of safe and away from the zombies. And then the other one I think is the best is going to be Carry-On Luggage, which means critical kills have chance to drop extra salvage. This is extra useful in those early rounds because you're already going for critical kills. You should already aiming for them, so you just get tons and tons of salvage. For your next one, for PhD, I think that the best major augment is going to be Dr. Ram, which basically means if you are attack sprinting into zombies, basically you can kind of run through the zombie and damage them without them hitting you. Very useful. So if you're in a punch and you're trying to get out of a situation, you run into a zombie, you can now kind of hit it and it's going to be all right. It's going to be completely taken down. That's very, very nice to have. And then I think that the next one for the minor augment, I'm going to go with the Tribalist. I don't know, I'm not saying that right, but it basically makes your distance and speed when you slide way higher, and that's very helpful, especially for boss fights. For the Terminus boss fights, super helpful for movement. That's why it's my favorite. For Deadshot, I think the best is going to be Dead Break for the minor augment. That increases damage to armor plates. That is great. That is great against Manglers. That's great against a lot of different... I think it's very helpful. I love that. And then for the major augment, Deadhead. And further increasing critical damage. Great. This is just like increased damage, increased damage, increased damage. That's what Deadshot's really useful for. That's what we're going to use it for. And then for Elemental Pop, the best major augment... It's going to be Electric Cherry. You know what Electric Cherry is from Black Ops 2. You reload, you kind of get an electrical stun around you. Stuns all of the zombies. You don't have to worry about it whatsoever. And then for the best minor augment, I am going to go with Vulnera Bead. I know I'm not saying that right, but it slightly increases enemy elemental weakness. Basically, when you're shooting these guys, they're getting weaker. And your damage that you're using on them is getting better. And that's always great to have better damage. For ammo mods, I personally think that the best ammo mod is Shadow Rift. In my opinion, Shadow Rift is the best. And if you're going to use Shadow Rift, these are the best what I think is going to happen. For the augments, I think the best one is going to be Big Game, which means Shadow Rift will activate on elite enemies. So, you're shooting a Mangler, that Shadow Rift is going to work. Boom! Mangler's instantly dead. Shooting Abominations, instantly dead. It's very useful. Very, very helpful, especially in those higher rounds where they can become super tanky. I really, really like that a lot. And then for the other one, for the minor augment, I think that Targeted is the best, where dropped enemies, so if you're using your Shadow Rift, they teleport, they will fall on other enemies, and those other enemies will die as well. Super helpful for Shadow Rift. Those are the best two in my opinion. And then for your field upgrade, I think that Ether Shroud is the best field upgrade, so this is my opinion. For Ether Shroud, I'm going to go with, if you are playing solo, the best one to have is going to be Burst Dash, which means that when you use your Ether Shroud, you will advance forward. Boom. And you will not be stuck in a corner, and you'll be able to move a lot faster. You're kind of jolted forward, dashing forward, and it's very nice to have. We saw that ability in Cold War. And then I think the best minor augment is just extra charge, increasing your max charge by 1. If you are playing co-op, maybe the best one would be Group Shroud. If you're just playing solo, obviously it's something for other players isn't going to be good. So Burst Dash is the best to go. So that's it for the augments in this game. A lot of them. But let's go on to the actual classes. Here is the classes that I think you should have. I think the best gun in the game is the ASG shotgun. It's good on all levels. It's good against bosses. It's good against zombies. It's got good headshots. It shoots quickly. This is my favorite shotgun. And I think that this is really the best attachments to have on it as well. For the muzzle, we're going to have the suppressor. The reason we have this is because it's going to drop extra salvage for you. So imagine having this, Voltrade, and the Voltrade augment, where if you get critical kills, it drops even extra salvage. This is why we have that. Salvage is such a big thing in this game. You really want to use that. For the barrel, we use the reinforced barrel, and the reason is because that bullet velocity can be very widespread shot. And that bullet velocity makes it smaller. So your spread is much lower, easier to get headshots, and it increases your damage at farther ranges. So that's very helpful, especially for something like a shotgun. Next, we have the Precision Foregrip. This is just kind of the best to have. You can see right on the bottom right, it gives you the most accuracy. Just has you where you're not, shooting back and forth. You're not swaying as much. It's nothing too crazy, but just something nice to have. And then extended mag, listen, the mag size in this isn't very big. If you do not have extended mag, it's only 10, so we double that up by 12. And because we have higher handling on other parts of this gun, we already know that we're not going to have to worry about that too much. You want high mag size. This is zombies. You'll have stamina. You'll have PhD. Don't worry too much about movement. For your grip, you're going to have this CQB grip. This is everything for sliding. You do not have to slide and then shoot. Do this and then shoot. You will be able to do it much quicker, and you'll be able to do these abilities while you're sliding. So instead of having to wait to pull your gun out, you can just do it right away. It's super nice to have that one. That one's pretty important. For the stock, we put the light stock, and the reason we did this is mobility. Mobility and handling. Mobility makes this really good work. And so we talked about earlier with the extended mag. This is what makes the extended mag work, is that light stock. Allows you to move way quicker. And you don't got to worry about aim too much because it's zombies. Who cares? No one's shooting back at you. You'll be fine. And then for the targeted laser, that's the best thing to use for your laser. What this one does super well is your accuracy goes up much higher. We talk about that spread. It gets much smaller. And you don't have to worry about much of a laser because this is zombies, right? But if you want to have a laser, that is the best one to have because who has an optic, right? And then the last one is rapid fire. Listen, rapid fire is important. Boom, 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 boom. I've never used the Dragon's Breath. I know it's a part of a thing for it, but I think that the rapid fire is the best. I just think it's the best. Rapid fire is the best for this gun. It's my favorite. You shoot way quicker, and I love that about it. I got the gold camo on it right now. Don't quite have opal yet. I need to do the other shotgun. And then for your melee, it doesn't really matter. The power drill is really nice for the boss fight, although it got nerfed now. But the melee doesn't matter too much. You can do whatever. Like I said, run that ether shroud, right? Run that ether shroud for your thing. For the tactical, right now I just prestige, so I don't have it, but decoy is the best round with the tactical. It really gives you that ability of the monkey bomb without having to use all that salvage, and it kind of lasts for a good amount of time. So you definitely use that decoy, especially in high round, and especially if you got other people playing with you. And then I prefer the Semtex most, because it throws the most distance and you can hold 5, right? C4 is very nice, but you only can hold a couple. You can hold 5 Semtex. That's why I think it's a little bit better. So that's our overall class that we have right now. This is the best class to have. Gobblegums, I'm obviously not going to talk about too much because no matter, every game it's going to be different. But if you really wanted to really get into Gobblegums, I guess the best ones would be probably Perkaholic, Wonder Bar, Raindrop, probably gonna go, if you're playing with other people, maybe Phoenix Up, and then nice, maybe something beginning game like Who's Game Score, and then maybe something to help you like an Anywhere But Here or an Idolize, something like that. But ladies and gentlemen, that is our loadout. That's my opinion on everything. I appreciate you guys watching. This is, I think, the best loadout in the game, and I know that a lot of people. Hello. And I know a lot of people have probably already made some videos about this, and I just wanted to give you guys my opinion. I appreciate you guys so much watching. You guys enjoy. Make sure to like and subscribe. I have some videos planned, a couple coming soon, maybe ranking every Gobblegum, other things like that you want to see in zombies. I appreciate it. Thank you all so much. Hope you guys have a great Christmas. Please be safe, my brothers in Christ, and I will see you, ladies and motherfucking gentlemen, in the next video.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.